Okay, this is the story of how I got COVID. Well, actually, I had COVID pneumonia. Let's see. Back in January, my niece was having a baby, and her husband was working at the hospital. He got COVID but didn't know it, and they were short on babysitters, so they asked my mother to babysit. So he had came home to check on his kids while my mom was watching them. And I guess that's when that interaction, she got COVID. But the thing is, my mom didn't have any symptoms. But we all lived together. So my daughter got it and I got it. But hers wasn't that bad. Like within a few days, she was able to go back to school. Me, on the other hand, I just couldn't get better. So after like more than a week, almost 2 weeks of struggling, my mom was like, "You got to go to emergency." So I went to emergency. And good thing I did, because my heart was only functioning at 20%, because I was constantly trying to gasp for air, and I, making my heart race and all that. It was terrible. But I'm happy that I went to emergency and they told me exactly, that I had COVID pneumonia. And after that, I remember just being on a lot of drugs and them helping me. But my memory, I was there for 11 days, and I could only recall the last 3 days. That's how sick I was. I was happy that I didn't end up on a ventilator, but I did need oxygen. So, day 11, they sent me home, but they forgot to send me home with oxygen. So, any like small thing that I did, I could barely walk anyway, but just going to the bathroom, I was so much out of air, and I'm like, "Help me," but nobody could really help me, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Of course, it was putting more strain on my heart. So after a few days, the nurse came. Well, not the nurse. The physical therapist came. That was going to evaluate my case, and she, had me do a few activities while I was in the bed. But once I got up, my oxygen dropped so low that she had to call my doctor. And what's low is they, like 85. I think I was in the 70s. So, of course, the doctor called and said, "Oh, she needs to go to the hospital immediately." And at any time, I could have passed out. So, again, I'm there, but this time I'm only there for a couple of days. They was just evaluating my heart and everything, and told me I need to continue on all the medicines that I'm taking for my heart until I go and get a heart monitor and echocardiogram like a month later. But scheduling that was harder, so ended up being a month and a couple of weeks. But still got it done. Now I'm wearing a heart monitor to see if I need to continue to be on these medicines, continue to, because the oxygen is not just my breathing, it's to help my heart also. All I could say is the impact on my body was horrible. I like to make bead stuff, the waist beads, the necklaces, the bracelets, and my hands would shake so bad. Now I can actually make some jewelry, so, if you want me to make you some, just let me know, because now I can do it. But also my legs, like, I lost density in my legs to where that's why I couldn't really walk like I needed to. Like, I lost all the strength. But after physical therapy and everything and me walking around, I'm good. No wobbling, no nothing. I think the only way I wobble is if I'm running out of air and I really need to get my oxygen. Other than that, I'm good. But it does affect you, like, mentally. Like, when I saw my legs, like, I really didn't look at them in the hospital, you know. I was laying there wondering, you know, what was next. But when I got home and the physical therapist had me lift my legs, and I just saw how small and how, you know, how much it affected me. Like, even though I gained the weight back, I lost about 40 pounds. Yeah. But I mean, I gained majority of it back. Just, you know, I'm just down about 7 pounds than my normal weight. But like I said, I'm still here. So that's what's important. I wasn't, everybody thought I was just really depressed. I really wasn't depressed. I was just like, why? If anyone that knows me and that's close to me knows I've been sick on and off for the last few years. And it's just like, it was one thing after another. But like I said, I'm still here. God keeps me here. So that's what I think about. I'm here for a reason. And that's what people need to realize when they do get sick. You still here. You still fighting. You just don't expect the recovery time. I think that's what it is from, you know, COVID pneumonia. It's the recovery time. It takes you a little while to get back to yourself. Even if I still don't feel 100% like myself, but I'm getting better. Every week I am getting better. And everybody's like, you sound better, you look better. I'm like, I know, because I'm not giving up. It's just, I have my days where I just want to lay in my bed and not do nothing. But I still want to get out there. I still want to do things. Like, next week is my birthday. I'm still going out to dinner. I'm still doing something, but it's just not everything that I wanted to do. I'm still celebrating because guess what? I'm going to be 41. And I survived so much. I survived cancer. I had breathing issues when I was little. My adenoids grew too big to where it was cutting off my air supply. But I made it. I'm still here. Still here. But what I'm trying to say is that even though we all get affected by illnesses and what's going on right now, all we have to do is protect ourselves and stay strong. That's all we can do. And pray for those who are suffering and needs help.